It's almost becoming a recurring theme of this year's tournament. How many can Rajasthan get without Butler? How many can Kolkata get without Russell? So many other teams we can talk about. Today, it's how many can Delhi get without David Warner with Prithvi Shaw already gone? The answer is they can do pretty well. 86 for 2 in 10 overs with a first ball duck for David Warner. A lot of thanks have to be given to Sarfaraz Khan with his cameo, 32 of 16. Mitchell Marsh, 32 not out of 26 at the 10-over mark. And keeping him good company after a reprise of the very first ball is Lalit Yadav. I'm joined here on Cricbuzz Comm Box by Joy Bhattacharjya. Could easily have been a couple of wickets down, change in the batting order. But let's start with Sarfaraz Khan. What a cameo, just what he's known for.
Absolutely what he's known for. In fact, he was superb when he started off. The couple of sixes he hit, how he went about it. I was just a bit disappointed that he kept going. He was going at 200 strike rate. He needn't have gone. He took unnecessary risks, and you could make out even a couple of balls before that he was unnecessarily taking risks against Arshdeep. And unfortunately, that didn't turn out well for him. I think he's a class player. I think he just needs to give himself a chance and spend that time in the middle. And that 32 of 16 could have easily been a 55 or 60 or 40 as well. And I think he's missed an opportunity here.
Well, for those who haven't seen enough of Sarfaraz Khan in domestic cricket, I mean, you cannot not spend time at the crease and make big hundreds in the Ranji Trophy. And we're talking about the 4-day version, not just the limited overs.
Yeah, absolutely. He's had a sensational season. I think his last season has averaged over 100 in red ball cricket. This is not the list A version cricket. This is red ball cricket. He's a superb batsman. He has all the strokes in the book, and that's why we were talking about him before as well. And I was delighted when he got off to the start, and then he tried to hit every ball. And it was just then everyone was looking at him and saying, it's a matter of time now. He's going to give it away some point in time. Of course, as I said, Arshdeep's no ball probably would have tilted the game 25-30 runs with just one no ball, Gautam.
Yeah, what drama it was. Johnny Bairstow takes a spectacular catch, little celebration, and then that dreaded siren has to come out. But the man of the moment, as we sort of said in our preview, had to be Mitchell Marsh. Now, we expected it would be the Marsh-Warner combo with the early wicket gone. Instead, it was the Marsh-Sarfaraz combo, and now he probably needs to bat till the last ball.
He needs to bat to the last ball. Remember, he was off 13 of about 3 balls, and then he sort of slowed down a bit. I think what their game plan is, and one important thing out here, I mean, notice the fact that Rishabh Pant didn't walk out there. So they are waiting for Lalit Yadav. They're trying to use him to attack spinners. They want that batting reserve that, okay, we still have Rishabh Pant and Rovman Powell in the hutch and Akshar Patel if there's necessary, so they can really accelerate. But I think right now it's Lalit Yadav's job to sort of go after it. But I think at some point in time, Marsh will also start having hitting. I mean, he's been tentative against the spinners. He's hit the fast bowlers. He's been tentative against the spinners. I'd be really interested in knowing how they play the next 10 overs.
But let me counter that. Is that not putting more pressure on Mitchell Marsh if Lalit Yadav is not scoring more freely than he is? He obviously showed intent first ball. He was put down. He's not scoring it more than 120, 125. When you've got someone who can hit the ball like Rovman Powell and Rishabh Pant, the 2 RPs, surely they shouldn't be spending time playing Scrabble in the dugout.
Yeah, they must have. I think the message must have gone out saying, go after the spinners. Because, see, I feel that the moment the fast bowlers come in, Marsh would be in his element. That's what he really enjoys, space on the ball. So he's going to smash it around when there's space on the ball. But right now, have they wasted 15-20 runs by bringing Lalit Yadav in early? That is something we'll find out. Perhaps they might have a spectacular finish. But if they end up at 180 odd and Punjab chases it down, then they'll be looking at the decision very seriously.
Yeah, I mean, the score doesn't look bad at this stage, but you just want them to kick on. You almost want Lalit Yadav to be told that, listen, remember Ravichandran Ashwin? We don't want to say that to you. All you need to do is get going. Let's have a look at the bowling and how impactful it's been. Obviously, it's a bowling attack that's led with the very experienced Kagiso Rabada. They threw in the Liam Livingstone for the first over. He picked up the wicket. Arshdeep always brilliant. He's going to bowl 3 at the back end. So they will need to know that those slower balls, those cutters is what a Pant and a Powell and company have to counter. But onus on Lalit at the moment.
Onus on Lalit at the moment. He has to attack the likes of Rahul Chahar and Rishi Dhawan and Harpreet Baar if he gets over. They cannot afford to allow those guys to get away with it. So I think that's the important thing out here. How much does Lalit attack? Who comes in next? And how do they plan to stray his innings from here on?
In case you were wondering why I had that little smile on my face, it was a combination of Cricbuzz Comm Box and a wonderful slower ball from Arshdeep Singh that is accounted for Lalit Yadav. He sort of waited for it, played one shot, then realized the ball hasn't come, then played a second shot, and then got caught at backward point. So that answers your question. Lalit Yadav's come, Lalit Yadav's gone, probably done his job, but 24 of 21 hasn't set the place on fire. Now, onus on RP squared.
Yep, the RP square, they'll have to go and do it. We'll see what happens. I mean, Arshdeep such keeps impressing me. All these talk about bowlers bowling at 140, 150. Just look at his numbers and look at his accuracy. I mean, he's one bowler nobody wants to face. He's very underrated. And if they're talking about Australia and all the bowlers to go there, he's certainly one bowler they should be thinking about.
That's going to be a very crowded flight. Every time we've had success, and we know that there's so many great Indian bowlers, unfortunately, our travel agents are going to be very busy, Joy, because there's no place left on that flight anymore with the number of suggestions we're giving.
Absolutely.
No problem. What we'll do is we'll take a break here on Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm going to go speak to a few travel companies about travel to Australia, and we'll come back at the end of the innings and discuss just how many they've got. For now, that's all on Cricbuzz Comm Box.